And welcome to a new series. We're going to call this series Tour of the Crypt or Tour of the Crypt Tuesday, and I'll try and get a video out once a week showing kind of a different room of the house, a different room of the crypt, kind of give you a tour of what we've got. Lots of subscribers have been sending in kind of questions asking what certain things were in the house that they'd seen in previous videos, or just really what's around you, what's in the cupboard, what's on the wall, what's on the other side of the room. If you've watched a lot of the videos, you'll see that I've done it in a couple of different places, but primarily in this room. And this room is our den. It's our living area, our living room, our TV room, whatever you like to call it. It's where we spend most of our time. It's got our big comfy sofas, it's got our big TV, it's where I play a lot of video games. It's just kind of our relaxing chill out, our normal room, and because of that it is absolutely rammed with knickknacks and bits that we've collected and bits that we've bought and things from kind of all over the UK, all over the world, primarily to do with Halloween, to be fair. So I thought, hey, what the hell, let's do it, let's get it out there. So what I'm going to do is I have an Instagram page which I've now brought back to life. I'm hoping to post on there, and I will stick potentially 3 rooms. I will put a photograph from each one of the rooms, and whichever one gets the most comments or the most likes or kind of the most love, I will do a video on that room next week. And I'm thinking potentially it could be kind of our music room library, where we've got lots of the music artifacts, and I've got lots of kind of retro consoles and books and things. Number 2 can potentially be the bathroom. I think you've seen 1 or 2 small videos in there where we've got Halloween bits and bobs and lots of flowers and kind of creepy Audreys and fly traps and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome. And number 3 is potentially kind of our dining room. I call it the dining room. It has a dining room table. We don't eat in there very often, but it's got some oddities, and it's got a curio cabinet, and it's got one of our large collections and some of the weird random stuff. So as I said, I'll get a couple of photographs, I'll get them up on the Instagram page. The Instagram page is at Scabby13, SCABBY13, and whatever gets the most love and the most likes on there, I'll do a video of that next Tuesday. So right, the living room, full of Halloween goodness, full of wonderfulness that we love and we have around all year. I will do a very quick sweep of the room. I will then come back to me here. I will explain what some of the bits are, and I'll do some pans across to see what's going on. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you enjoy it. I know it's completely different from the kind of the Halloween hunting. Unfortunately, that's going to start to disappear. I'm going to try and get out either tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, or Thursday, and see if there's anything left in the stores, see if anything's gone into the sales. I know Tesco's got 25% sale at the minute. There was nothing we were interested in really there. I've got some plans to do some pumpkin carving and stuff like that, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'll show you what's around the room. So the first part of the room that I'll show you is kind of the wall that we see behind the TV and kind of in front of us when we're sitting on the sofa. The first thing you'll see is a piece of artwork by a gentleman called Pete Underhill. I will stick his details below in his webpage. Pete Underhill was the designer of a range of ceramic collectible figures called Bad Taste Bears, which you will see in another video. I've got a large collection of that. I was a really big fan of these, and Pete actually came to my wedding. So piece of his original art. You'll then see a caricature of me and Jen. We don't normally like caricatures, but it was done at a very good friend of ours' wedding, and yeah, we kind of like it. It's kind of cute and kind of quirky. Then there's some new things that we've had put up. So we've got some silhouettes of some cats and some ducks, which are both what we've got as pets. We've got cats and ducks. Again, that'll be a further video. I can show you those things. And then you've got some Halloween bits and bobs. They're lovely bottles that we've bought with lights inside of them, so they light up quite nicely. And then on the bit further across from them, you will see a the top of the cabinet, which has some cats and some pumpkins with tea lights. It's a battery operated tea lights to prevent fires. On there is some pictures of us when we're kids. There is a dried bouquet of flowers which Jen used at her sister's wedding. Some randomy books. There's some Harry Potter books, Tales of Beedle the Bards up there, the lovely collector's edition kind of in a fake leather enclosure, some candles from our own wedding, and yeah, have a look. So next is more art. The first piece, The Ring of Roses, The Plague Doctor, is an original pen and ink drawing by an artist called Shaun of the Dead. I will see if I can pop her details in the link as well. Below that is an original Vicky Morgan painting. Vicky Morgan is a tattoo artist who also does lots of other artwork, and you will see her art all around the house. She has tattooed Jen, and the original piece, which is on the wall, was our first wedding anniversary gift that I got for Jen. Below that, the little ginger cat, unknown artist. We picked that piece of art up when we went to New Orleans 9 years ago this week to see the Halloween celebrations and things, and it was a ginger cat. We couldn't leave it behind. We love ginger cats. And in the piece next to it is a paper kind of folded paper piece of art, which again was done by Vicky Morgan. Again, her details will be underneath. There is a new shelf which we've put up, which has got some the really nice spooky lights from Argos this year, and you could also get them from Sainsbury's, and some other bits of ornaments that you'll see on there as well. The sofa. This sofa is primarily sat on by the cats. We don't really use it that much. The cats sleep on there. Lots of spooky Halloween cushions that we've picked up from different places as time goes on. And then the radiator cover at the back, which is filled with amazingly awesome Halloween bits and bobs. There's the nutcrackers, there's more tea light holders on there, there is ceramic pumpkins, and we love that. It's a really nice thing. There's a really big mirror behind it, and it's the first thing we see when you kind of walk into the room. It's where your kind of eyes are always drawn to something new and something different on there each time, which is great. Next up is a double glass cabinet that we've got. On top of there, we've got some of my Night Before Christmas things. We've got the Jack Skellingtons. We've got some more of the Bad Taste Bears. We've got a large Hal. He lights up. He was one of the large 16-inch. I think he's 10 inches tall. And then next to him is a Bearzilla, is the character. So it's kind of a Godzilla destroying a school bus and a building and things like that. It's brilliant. Also with some of the kind of kooky lights that we've been able to pick up this year. The two glass cabinets are then filled with a collection by a company called Real Musgrove. He was also the designer and the artist, and they are pocket dragons. The company stopped making these and stopped manufacturing, unfortunately. His untimely death a few years back, but Jen used to collect these for an awful long time when we were younger. And a holiday or a birthday or a Christmas or we went to see a film or something, I would buy one of these for her in a collection group, quite dramatically and quite sizably, and we've still got them on display, and Jen still loves them, she still knows the names of them all and what they're all about. But yeah, they're a cute little collection. Next to that is our random junk kind of drawers. Inside of there we kind of just keep crochet and knitting needles and other random crafty bits that we've got that we've never really got space for or got a chance to put out, but we've got some amazing things on there. We've got the Living Dead dolls, we've got some really nice lights that we've ordered in from America. There's a nice kind of haunted castle and haunted house, some Harry Potter Funkos that are on there as well. We've got the really big wooden kind of butler, kind of skeleton butler who's there as well, who we've just adorned with teddies, and he's got things about 3 necklaces on and things like that, just to kind of make it more random and more kooky and more weird, more us, to be fair. But yeah, have a look. The sofa, the most wonderful part of the room, with so many cushions and so many bits and squishums and Pikachus and zombie voodoo dolls and pumpkins and everything else you could possibly think of. But yeah, this is where we spend most of our time when we kind of relax and chill out. There's a piece of artwork which is here, which you can see in the video, which was done by a really good friend of ours, a tattoo artist called Charlotte Ross. She owns a studio in Dundee. I will stick her details in the description. She's tattooing me at the minute. If COVID goes away, I can get back up there and get it seen by her. She's done a couple of pieces on Jen as well. She's become a really good friend and an amazing artist, and her new studio looks fantastic. We've not been able to get down and see the new studio called Flock, but we'll get down there soon and we'll get it seen. But yeah, have a look at this. So next is this cabinet, this big one behind us, and it's primarily filled with Lego, my Lego, because I'm the biggest kid in the world, and Lego is not to be played with, it is to be made as the instructions say, and it is to live on a shelf, and it is to look awesome. Yeah. I keep saying that to the niece and she still tries to take it off the shelf and play with it, and she doesn't understand that it's not to be played with. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that's on there, it's all the Halloween releases that have been released over the last couple of years, and a range that they did called Monster Fighters. There is one that I'm missing because Lego decided to discontinue it, and I refused to pay 100 million zillion pennies for a small Lego set of zombies in a graveyard. And the reason for that is there is a large castle, and the large castle, part of the whole kind of lore that went along with this Lego range was that every time you were able to defeat the zombies, you got kind of a crystal, and the crystal goes into the clock face on the back of the castle. But they made too many sets for the crystals to fit in the castle, and the one that they decided to get rid of was one of the greatest, which was the zombie bride and groom. So I'm missing that set. I will get it. It will come to me eventually, and then I will make space on the shelf and I'll do it. On there as well is loads of kind of the Halloween special releases that they release every year, plus random quirky bits and kind of a sticker book and figure sets that they release every year, and just to rub it in as well, the Ghostbusters, because it's zombies and monsters and Halloween, you need the Ghostbusters to sort it out. We will say lots of good things about the original Ghostbusters, and we will refuse to talk about the remake that came out a few years ago. The less said about that, the better. On there as well is also a bunch of stuff that we bought when we've been on holidays. There is some voodoo dolls which are on there, which came from Lavu's voodoo shop in New Orleans. There is some can't remember, it's behind me. There is kind of boxes, and there's been pictures on there. There's a couple of more Halloween bits. There's some gifts that have been made for us, so there's kind of a little cross-stitched thing that our friends made, and it's just kind of little cute bits. We've got a crystal from the Crystal Maze. It's our crystal from the Crystal Maze because we did it and we won. Yeah, lots of random weirdness that's on there, but yeah, have a gander. So above the cabinet is more tea light holders, the really nice metal haunted houses which we've put uplighters in there, and they change colour in the same sequence as what the cabinet does behind us. There is also some really nice Disney released very small range called Vinylmations. So Vinylmations were released before what's now famous as Funko Pops. They were made by Disney, and the ones we got were the Halloween range, so the Mickey and the Minnie and the Donald and the Goofy, which I think were the only Halloween ranges that came out. The lamp up there as well, I think I've had since I was about 15, so that's 20 odd years old now, and that's got a little alien baby inside of it and looks really cute. Next is the fireplace, and on the fireplace there's lots of candles because it's fire, and lots of the Yankee Candle figurines as well. We like that to kind of illuminate the most of the room. We don't need to turn big lights on that way, we can just use the candles. And the fire itself, we never light it, so we've got some really nice pine cones which we've bought over the years, which are kind of glittery and shiny. There's some pumpkin lights, there's my guitar which is down there, which I need to play a lot more than I do. And then just some random bits, some gargoyles, some more Lego. Yeah, have a look. Last two parts, the coffee table which this is sitting on, which supports the camera. Again, lots of candles, lots of kind of pumpkins and cats and ornaments that we can light up. So there's kind of tea light holders which are really big kind of castles and big cats and things, which is pretty cool. And as well, I'll throw straight onto the end of it is the TV cabinet as well. The TV cabinet just to surround the TV, there's loads of pumpkins, we've got Goose from the Marvel films, we've got Forks from Harry Potter, we've got a Jack and Sally, we've got more pumpkins, some spiders, we've got Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yeah, it's just random and weird and kooky, and we absolutely love it. Yeah, have a quick look. So yeah, that's it. That's a rather long insight into the room we spend most of our life in. Apologies, I was unable to get really good images inside of the two cabinets which are in the room, and if people really want me to, I will do a second part of this. I'll open the cabinet doors and we'll get some nice pictures in there, but the light off the camera and the light off the cabinets kind of refracted off each other and you couldn't look in through the doors. So our first cabinet, which was next at the very beginning, which had loads of artwork next to it, has got a bunch of Night Before Christmas collections in there. It's got a huge amount of Harry Potter things in there, some wands and some Funkos, and it's also got some awards and trophies that Jen has won at tattoo conventions in the past, that I've won at races, and just some kooky random stuff, some of her granddad's police material and stuff like that. The second cabinet was the one with all of the pocket dragons, and if people would like a closer look at them, I'm more than happy to get the cabinet doors open, stop that refracting and stop that light being crazy. So yeah, if this is what people want to see and if this is what people like, then I will do more of the house tours and I will do more things like this. I want to keep the channel alive, I want to keep things going on there. So thumbs up, subscribe, comments, all really help those things, which is brilliant. I've received more subscribers and more likes than what I thought I would. When I started this was just a silly little thing just to kind of keep me entertained. I am planning on moving this at some point upstairs into my space with my things. The problem has been is that we have had a problem, me and the neighbours have had a problem with some damp from the roof, and I've had to redecorate the whole room, and that is my plan for the most of tomorrow, is to remove all of my collections, the 7 or 9 glass cabinets which are filled with expensive things, so I can paint the room and not cause any damage to anything. So hopefully that'll happen. I will do some progress videos of that as well if people are interested, and just show the craziness that I'm trying to sort myself through at the minute. Thankfully I'm off work for a couple of days. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. If you've hung around to the end of this video, thank you so much. It really means a lot. This does. I'm having so much fun doing it. I didn't think I would, but I really am. So yeah, until next time, guys, until I can think of something else crazy to do, as always, take care.